everybody. How are you today? I am live here. I apologize. I'm not going to be able to be completely in. I don't have enough room to push you back any further so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to try to pull this table out this way, but I wanted you to see what I'm going to work on. I am making a kitchen swag. I actually made this using this pine swag that you're going to see here in just a little bit. I made it probably, I'm thinking 5, maybe 6 years ago. And I didn't like it. I was just starting to make wreaths at that time and stuff like that. So I took it apart. There's things about it that I really need to fix. So I'm going to angle this down so you can see this a little bit better. Excuse the mess behind everything here. So yeah, let's angle it down so you can see what I'm working on. Okay, so but first of all, I do have my mimosa with me today. So happy Sunday morning. Okay, so this is the swag that I used, and you can see it's very bendable. So it wasn't very sturdy, and this was going above my kitchen cabinets. So it was very difficult to hang in the first place. So I ended up buying this dowel rod. I actually had to cut it because it was a little too long. But what I'm going to do is, well, I was going to try to glue it on, but I didn't plug in my glue gun. See? As normal, I was not completely prepared for this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some glue and kind of glue this down, as well as kind of use these ties to hold it on. And other stuff that I had used before, I'll just show you as this is warming up. I got these from Joanne Fabrics. They were just like that white, it's like a plasticky wood, I guess you can call it. And what I did, well, they didn't have an O, so it actually worked out for me that, there you go. Trying to make it look right for you. I took this heart. It's like a paper mache kind of heart. And with all of these, what I did, I painted on this, that hammer style kind of paint. And so they look hammered. Not drunk, but hammered. And I just noticed I do not have my mic on. So let me plug that. Again, I am not prepared. So I apologize if this goes around. But I kind of want you to be able to hear me. So hopefully you can hear me while I'm putting this on. Okay. So anyhow, I am using this swag, and I have this H Heart ME. If, you know, it's just something that I wanted to do for myself, and I liked it while I had it up before, but there was a lot that needed fixed. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm fixing this. So, and I took it down 2 years ago and haven't done anything with it since. So let's see if this glue is getting hot. Yeah, it's getting there, but it's not quite there yet. So I had some stuff in there that I really didn't like. I had some cattails, which to me was too fall-like. So
I know a lot of people think pine is winter or Christmas and that's it. For me, I like to use pine in my house simply because it's actually very, well, pine is evergreen and I have a very rustic home. So, we have deer hanging up on the wall. My husband, loves to hunt and stuff like that. So I just kind of thought I am going to keep it good and rustic throughout my house, and especially in the kitchen, because I have a spot. We have vaulted ceiling in my great room, and I kind of like to wanted to decorate it at, right where it was vaulted, because right there it's just kind of like very bare above my kitchen cabinets. And my husband, of course, he wants to go on a moose hunt and put a moose up there. And I said, nothing with hair is going above my stove. And right there is like right where my stove is. I'm sure other women will agree with me. Nothing with hair is going above my stove. So I wouldn't mind if he put moose horns up there, but I don't want any hair. So, okay. So this will make it more sturdy because that was just entirely too bendable. And so, and you know what? I got this on sale, on clearance from Joanne Fabrics years ago. So if you missed this earlier, I made a swag using this probably 5 or 6 years ago. So, okay, so I think what I'm going to do, you can see as I'm hanging it, it's not really a teardrop, and I want it to look more like a teardrop. So I'm going to get some more pine and just other greenery to go in here and make it wider up here at the top. So, and then kind of get thinner as we get down towards the bottom. So let me grab some pine that I actually used some of this in my Christmas tree this year. I just added it, just kind of stuck it in without gluing or wiring or anything like that. And it worked really well. And something like this here isn't frosted. It's not, it'll work great just because this is going to be year round. I'm going to have, keep this up year round. So I think what I'm going to do is just kind of stick some of these through here just to make it a little bit wider, again, up at the top. So I'm just going to use this hot glue. I normally do my E6000, if anybody knows me. But since I had that kind of already plugged in, I'm going to stick with that. And I'm just going to put just all different kind of greenery throughout here. But I'm just going to start with this one here. And then I'm going to add bunches of other stuff to this. Kind of like, well, like that HOME. I'm definitely going to do that. Let's see, this will go good over here. And I have deer horns that I'm going to add. because of course, like I said, my husband loves to hunt. So we definitely have some deer horns throughout. And I actually have a pencil tree that I started decorating, is that it just has some burlap and pine cones in it right now. I haven't finished decorating it yet. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of maybe, I'm thinking I might add some burlap to this, just so it kind of matches that pencil tree. And everything is kind of cohesive. So, okay. I really like that. Now I also got, this is something else that I used in my tree. It's just eucalyptus. I think I'm going to hold off on that just yet. I like it, but I'm going to hold off on that. Now this is a little bit of a brighter pine. It's not snowy or glittery. It's just a little bit brighter. I'm going to grab a few of these. Put that through. And I think there we'll be done with the pine that I'm going to use. I do have other greenery that can be used for like spring and summer. And again, since this is going in my house, it's going to be up throughout the year. I think I want a lot of just different greenery, not just pine or not just spring and summer. So, and you definitely want different colors. You don't want all the same color of green. You want some a little bit brighter, some that are nice and dark. Like this one is a nice, beautiful, bright green. I really love this color. And it definitely will give this a lot of fullness. But I want to leave some room for that HOME for sure, because I really like that. I mean, if you wanted anything else, I mean, since it's going in the kitchen, you can have, like that eat or gather or, something, like I love those. Oh, where is that? Oh, Kirkland's. They have a lot that say gather, and I really love those. In fact, I almost bought some stuff from there, but I wanted to wait till it was on sale, and I never caught it on sale, and I just kind of gave up on it. So, just going to keep sticking this through here. And I definitely want to make sure I have the top wider. So I'm going to try to get this greenery here, like this pine that's on the swag, to kind of move down a little bit. Okay, and maybe just one more. I have more of this, so if I decide to use it later on, I can. But I think that's it for like the pine part. I have ficus. I love ficus. I use it in all of my summer wreaths, most of my spring wreaths. And I'm going to put these little stems down towards the bottom. I think ficus is almost kind of like it's just a very basic leaf. And that's what I love about it. It doesn't stand out. Kind of just blends in, but it fills in very, very nice. Now I got these at Hobby Lobby. You can also find them at Michael's. I like the quality of Hobby Lobby's better, but Michael's is very, very similar. Okay. And again, this is just for me. So that's kind of why I'm using some of my older stuff. If it was for somebody like a new client or anything like that, I would probably use a better swag, better base. But it's just me. And I want to use that base up since I have it. Okay, I'll put this up here. I'm just going to kind of cut this too, like in a couple pieces, just to kind of make this go a little further. And as I'm putting it in, I am making sure that where I glue it, it is having contact with this pine. Okay, as I go down, I think I'm going to cut this one into probably 3 sections. Yeah, doing stuff like this is very relaxing, therapeutic. So it's just something I love to do. And it's also when you have a finished product like this, it feels so good to say, I made that, look how good it looks, you know? Okay. Okay. So I think I got enough of this ficus in here. Let me show you what it looks like so far. It's getting there. I mean, we got a long way to go, but we're getting there. Now, another thing I like to use, one of my favorite greeneries, is this from Hobby Lobby, these ferns. Look at all that different, like the bright color against that darker green. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So I love to use this in a lot of my wreaths. In fact, the main reason I took this down, I forgot about that. The main reason I took this swag down, this was back in 2020. I had a lot of this in there and I ran out and I didn't have a way to get any more of it for a while because I don't live near a Hobby Lobby. So I took this down. I forgot about that. I took this down so that I can use some of this fern. And again, I just never tried to redo this yet. So here I am with you, finally fixing this again so that I have something above my kitchen cabinets. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stick this throughout. It's kind of, and I want this to look like nature. I'm not going to put, I don't want anything to be too matchy-matchy or even too even. I mean, I want it even enough where it doesn't look completely off keel, but and stuff like this, how I cut it down, you can see it doesn't really have like one that sticks up at the top. So I'm going to kind of just stick this throughout the center. So it has some leaves like right there in the center of the swag. But like these that have the top like that, I'll keep on the sides. Yeah, this one's a good one for the bottom. And just make sure, though, whenever you glue anything, that it has contact with whatever you're gluing it to. And whenever I'm done, I always go through and make sure everything kind of stuck on there good. At least I usually do. Let's see, put this further down here. And I apologize if anybody is on here and making comments. I unfortunately have my camera entirely too far away that I can't see. So if you are joining me, thank you for joining. Okay. So I love that color of that fern. It just really, it helps to brighten it up just enough We got another, just a different texture in there. Now I have eucalyptus that I got from Walmart. I love this stuff too. So I'm going to stick this throughout. Just again, another color, another texture that's going to go through here. I do have one other bush of this. So if I decide I want to use more of it, I can. Oh, and you might be noticing my glue gun that I was using last week during my live. As I was still working with it after my live ended, the gun broke. The trigger kind of like snapped off of it. So I ordered another glue gun from Amazon and it's being delivered today. So I snagged this from my husband, that he had it out in his garage. So stole it from him. I could have used my E6000, but I kind of thought when I'm live, I want to make sure things are glued on good, or yeah, that they get glued on quickly. The E6000 usually, it doesn't dry very quick, but I know it stays. The Gorilla Glue stays pretty well. I will say that. So I'm actually good with using that Gorilla Glue. This broke off over here. So, yeah, I'm actually good with using the Gorilla Glue for hot glue. Do not use the generic hot glue. It doesn't, I'd say 50% of the time, it will not stay on. So that's just my little helpful hint of the day. Okay. And I think this is going to be it for the greenery for right now. Okay. So what I'm going to try to do, I have these letters that I'm going to try to hook back onto this swag. What I did, I glued wire to the back and stapled it. So, let's say before I get too much added on here, I'd better get these attached. Let's make sure. This is going to be where I want them. Okay. And I used these before, that's why the wires on these are kind of already bent. excuse me. Hope I didn't make you dizzy. And then the E. Okay, that broke off. Okay, so now we got this home attached. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to have to adjust it here and there just to make sure all the letters are straight and stuff like that. But I like it so far. Now, this is where I'm kind of unsure what I want to do. I had deer horns throughout. I think I want to put them back in just because we do have a lot of deer horns, or deer, in our home and things like that. So I really would like to incorporate the deer horns in there. So what I did, I took that jute jute wrapped wire. That stuff is very thick. And what I want to do is kind of attach that maybe to a couple side branches. And see if that stays on okay. I'm going to hold it up and see. Yeah, it's on there. So I'll do that there. Let me grab this over here real quick. Somehow my light fell over, so I needed to fix that. Okay, I'm back. So we got 2 more. So I think what I'm going to do here, maybe kind of right here. Okay, get that wired in. I don't think I left that wire long enough. All right. Kind of get that over there. And then this one, since it's a little bit bigger, we're going to put it up on top. Let's see. Maybe. Because you know I like to do things in odd numbers, like 3s and 5s. Okay. So you can see the deer horns in there. I think what I'm going to have to do to kind of hide that wire, I'll take some of this pine, just kind of wrap it around. And what the heck, some of that pine wrapped around towards the top will probably actually help to hold it in place. You know? So, kind of like that. And I'll do that over here to kind of get some of that to bring it up through this other stuff that I glued on there. Okay. So far I'm liking this. From what I can see from here. Of course, I'm going to do exactly what I do with all of my other stuff. I'll hang it up, see where it needs, more of something, less of something. But so far, I'm liking this. If I need to adjust these letters or whatever, I'll do that later. But I'm at least giving you a gist of what I'm doing. I also have this bright green. It's a little bit more of a wispy, and I love my wispies. So I'm going to add this to this also. Now I brought this little box of pine cones because I'm sure I'm going to add some of those to it too. This again, another Joann Fabrics. I use so much Joann Fabrics, and it's only because I have two Joann Fabrics 20 minutes from my house. One 20 minutes south, one 20 minutes north. So, and Michael's and Hobby Lobby, they're both about good 45, 50 minutes from me. So, of course, I'm going to go to the one closest to me. So, I'm going to kind of stick this in there. I love this brighter green. It's going to really wake this up. And now too, I can kind of bring things a little bit forward just to give it a little more fullness. We got all the different textures going through here. And again, I'm going to keep these stems a little bit longer so that this will stick out further up here at the top. but I'm making sure it has good contact with the pine base. I really love this bright green. Get this further down here. Now with this too, you can see this can slide up or down. I am going to kind of cut this in half, bend this down. Okay, so you have like 2 stems there. That way it doesn't come sliding off. But I will glue this kind of towards the middle in a little bit, so just to give it fullness there in the middle. Maybe have it sticking out here a little bit. Have some in the back, some towards the front. And this last one, I'm going to do the same thing. Kind of stick it kind of like there around the H. And then this is the last one. I'll kind of put it down here. Okay. So I think we're good so far. I mean, there's so much more I could do. Again, you can see kind of, it's hard to see, but we got this kind of going so far. So good. Oh my goodness, my dog came to visit me. Hi, baby. Hi, Cooter. But other things that I can use, I got these from Hobby Lobby. Something else that is very wispy that I could use. Not sure if I'm going to use that or not. These pine cones. Something that I like to do. I did this with my, whenever I decorated my Christmas tree. My sweet baby. He hasn't been down here with me in a long time because his hips are bad, so we haven't let him downstairs. And so he hasn't been here in a long time. But, okay. So what I like to do, I'll take this wire, kind of take it through, and kind of twist. Now I'm going to make a bunch of 3. So I'm going to take same wire, twist it around. Okay. And then the third one. Twist it around. And of course I didn't cut the wire long enough. But see, it makes a bunch of 3 right there. So I'm going to redo this. Of course, I'm live, so something has to go wrong. my sister-in-law, she laughs at me. Anytime things go wrong, she's like, I can't believe you remain so calm. I'm like, what are you going to do? So what? Okay, so here I go again. Bring it around. I want to make this a little bit longer. And twist. Take it with this other one. Okay. Twist. And now for the third one. And now it looks a lot more difficult than it really is. I'm making it more difficult than it really is. Okay, there we go. So all the bottoms are together, and then 3 of them are just kind of hanging right there. You could just plop them in, wire them in. What I'm going to do, instead of wiring it to the base, the middle of the swag, I'll just take a couple of the pine branches from the swag and wire them to those branches. And they're on there pretty good. Again, I would just, maneuver them however you want. You can maneuver, because since everything that I added is pretty much on a branch. If you want to move that pine branch just to kind of get what you glued to it to move, do it, get it to where you're happy, where you're comfortable, stuff like that. So I will show you real quick what that looks like with that little bit of brown in there. So I'm definitely going to add some more pine cones to this, just throughout. Some I'll do just one, like this bigger one, I'll probably put by itself down here. But, do bunches of 3 kind of towards the top. And if I get 3 really small ones, I'll put the 3 really small ones in a bunch down towards the bottom. But I'm getting to the point where I think I'm happy with what I got. It's definitely going to go, again, above my kitchen counters, and where I have a vaulted ceiling, it's 14 feet up, so there is probably a good 8 feet, or maybe 6 feet above my kitchen cabinets. So I definitely want something there to, take up that space, other than something that my husband would kill, like a deer. I don't want a deer or a moose or anything up there. Nothing with hair. So as long as I have something up there, he doesn't have room for it, right? So, okay, I'll stick this. Let's see. I'll put that right here. Kind of wire it to that pine. I'm going to wrap that pine kind of around too, so it doesn't go anywhere. And so I'm just going to keep going with this. I'm going to stick one here, one there, do some bunches, and I think I'm good. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, leave them here in the comments. If you want to laugh with me for not being very prepared today, or as usual, leave that in the comments too. But if this was helpful in any way, definitely give me a little thumbs up on here. And also subscribe to my channel, because I love giving all the tips and tricks that I possibly can that I've learned throughout the years. I've been doing wreaths for, let me think, 8 years. Yeah, 8 years now. And learned a bunch. And I love sharing what I've learned. That's kind of why I'm doing this. Because you know what? Yeah, other people have helped me, but a lot I had to find out on my own. And so I really would love to help those who are just starting out. If you have been doing wreaths for a while, there's still little things that you can learn. I know I'm learning every day. So definitely, if you are still in the process of learning, or if you're just starting out, definitely subscribe to my channel. And I'll do everything I can to make sure you become the best wreath maker possible. So I'm going to put some more pine cones on here, but I think this is looking pretty good. Again, I'm going to hang this up and see what it looks like before I'm completely 100% done. But I thank you for joining me. I'm going to walk over here so I can get in front of the camera and you can see me. So yeah, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I will show you what this looks like whenever I'm done, and it's actually finally hanging up on my wall. So thank you. I will talk to you later. Again, if you didn't know, my name is Patty Davis and I'm with Crooked Tree Creations. And I will see you later. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.